Here's my carbs for tomorrow, a nice carb-full tea, my orange juice, and I've got my friend Steve here who's not so healthy. How are you feeling about tomorrow, Steve?
Fine, I've got a beer in my hand, so I should be okay, good to go.
Give you some fuel for tomorrow?
Yeah, should be good. Fuel, exactly.
That's number 4, isn't it?
Yes.
So after a few pints, we're heading up to the tower at Oban, just to see if we get a nice view, maybe a nice sunset from there. And a bit of practice for Steve. He's not used to going uphill, are you, Steve?
I'm fine.
Says he's fine, let's see. So after about 1,000,000 steps, we headed up towards McCaig's Tower, which sits in a commanding position above Oban, giving some fantastic views. And we headed up there for sunset and took some photographs and just really enjoyed the evening and relaxed before the adventure the next day. So we were up at 6:30, the ferry was set to sail about 7:30, so we got our stuff packed in the car and yeah, just took the short journey along to the ferry terminal, which took about 10 minutes. And before long we were boarding the ferry, starting our adventure, heading over to Mull, to Mulls Corbett. We're really looking forward to this. It's always a bit special when you get on the ferry for one of these adventures.
And other buoyant apparatus, all of which can be manually launched or towed free in the event of the ship sinking. The vessel is also equipped with sufficient life jackets, with donning instructions provided for all on board. In the unlikely event of an emergency requiring evacuation...
So after about 45 minutes to an hour, we were closing in on Mull, and we could see the hill we were going up quite clearly. It sat above the port of Craigure, and before long we were instructed to get back down to the car, and we were soon heading out of the ferry and along the short road to the start of the walk. Well, that's us arrived on Mull, and it's not too bad. The forecast isn't great. I think we're going to be in the Clag. In fact, where we're going up there is already in the Clag, so I'm hoping that maybe get a bit lucky and it might clear. But anyway, it's a Corbett, Dundaria, and I've brought my pal up who lives down in London. Steve Anderson, his name. He sounds like he's an Englishman, but he's got very much Scottish roots, so he's keen to head up a hill with me. So I think he's been up Ghaoithe before, so hopefully he'll be getting on all right. Just have to take our time and not push it too far or too fast, but really looking forward to today. So fingers crossed that this cloud clears and he gets some views. So let's go! We're making our way up the, there's a very well constructed track which was obviously made for the masts, which are just in the cloud behind me. I don't know if you can see, but it makes it going pretty easy going. It's not too rough terrain and what have you. But really the star of the show is really looking back the way towards the mainland. The views right across from Ben Crook and up to past Glencoe, the Moors and Ben Nevis are absolutely fabulous. So it's doing really well, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, he's off for a water stop. The sun's out, it's kind of beating down us now. I don't think that's going to remain, unfortunately. But yeah, no, it's good. It's really good so far. So we're going to crack on, get up to these masts and yeah, see how we go. Once you're past the second set of masts, this track dissipates and it's a ridge walk along to the summit. So we've got the map, And I've got the view ranger and everything, because I think we'll be in the cloud. We will need our navigation heads on. But let's go. Let's hope the sun stays out. So we headed on up towards Dundaria, and as you can see, the cloud base didn't lift as we were headed up, and before long we were soon making our way into the Clag. Well, that's us reached the second mast. Probably can't see it. There's a wee building here, and we've just come into this wee nook and cranny to get some shelter because, yeah, the Clag's right in now. We're well in the clouds down. It's a wee bitty damp, so we stopped, put our waterproofs on. I think we're about halfway, and Steve's doing really well. How you feeling, Steve?
Well, thanks. Yeah, very good.
Doing okay? Enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame there's no views, but we got some views further down the hill, didn't we? It was okay, so it might clear up, but yeah, who knows? It's Scotland, so it's just nice to be out. So we'll crack on. The path ends here, so I need to get the map and compass out, and yeah, we'll crack on to the first stop, and then you drop down and up to the top of. How do you pronounce it, Steve?
Dundaria.
Dundaria. I think that's right. Anyway, so let's go. Shall we get cracked on?
Yeah.
So the track stops at the second set of masts, and we got the map and compass out and headed up towards the first summit, which isn't the top, but provided a bit of relief as we were able to stop and get a bite to eat here. So we've done the most difficult part of the ascent, and we're at the first trig point here. I think it's called Manir na Thea, and it's getting a bit lighter. I wonder if it'll clear for us, but at the moment we're looking at the inside of a Scottish cloud, aren't we, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right inside the cloud.
But Steve's done really well, kept a good pace, and yeah, I think it's about another kilometre onto the top of Dundaria, and yeah, I think we'll be there in about half an hour.
Good.
Half an hour, so
Yeah.
Fingers crossed we get some sort of view, but I'm not overly confident. So I'm going to put the camera away. We're going to get cracked on to the top of the Corbett. Well, for a little while we've actually got a view. If you look behind me, oh, it's clear. It's clagged in again, but it's coming and going, and we're getting wee views of the tops, and you're almost on top of the cloud here. It's absolutely lovely. So we might be lucky. It's certainly not started raining, but yeah, if you just look over there, that's towards the summit, and the mist just moving in above the Beelac. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, we're going to crack on and get up to the top, and who knows, it might get better. So as we moved on towards the final push to the summit, the clouds cleared and we found ourselves with some views, which is something we certainly didn't expect as we walked up earlier in the day through the mist and the wetness of the cloud, and we were both really quite excited about getting some views from the top of Dundaria. So here we are at the top of Dundaria, and it's the weather's clagged in, but we got really lucky between the first top and this top. It cleared, it started to clear, and we were above the clouds for a wee while. It was just absolutely lovely. Really, really pleased that Steve got to see that. And yeah, Steve's done really well. It's I guess it was 766 metres the height of this hill, but the ascent's nearer 850. So I think, what was the last hill you did, Steve? Apart from Ben Ann, it was Ghaoithe?
Ghaoithe, yeah.
Yeah.
874.
874, I think it was. So Ghaoithe, how many years ago was that?
Quite a few.
Quite a few years ago, so first mountain in a few. So well done, Steve. We'll shake your hand like that. Well done, sir.
Cheers, thank you.
So really been lucky with the weather. Whether it's going to close in now for the day or it might come and go, we'll see. But yeah, smiles all round. We're just going to go back the way we came up, and we need to be back down to the ferry by 3 o'clock. Check-in's 3 and the ferry sails at 3:30. So we're just going to spend our time up here. What time is it, Steve? Do you know?
It's 20 to 12.
20 to 12, so we've got lots of time. We've done really well, so absolutely fabulous. So going to stop and get a bite to eat. So after getting some lunch, we decided to head back, and the weather closed in again, and the clouds rolled in and the views disappeared, and really we were in the clag most of the way down and getting pretty wet. So we're nearly back at the car. As you can probably see from around us, the weather really has clagged in. So we got really lucky at the top when it just cleared, and we managed to see some views. But it's been pretty dreich on the way down, hasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, pretty wet now.
Pretty soaked. So we're going back to the car. We change the clothes, and then we've got about an hour until the ferry arrives, and then we're going to jump on the ferry, get a bite to eat on there, and then
A pint as well.
pint for him. Coffee for me, so I'm driving, and yeah, back to Oban in the mainland. But it's been great, absolutely fantastic. So off to get the ferry. So before long we were back on the ferry and heading back to mainland Scotland. From here I had a relatively short car journey home, and Steve was catching the train from Oban to Glasgow and then all the way down to London. But what a great day we'd had, and a real adventure in Mull and on the hill.